One of these days, motorists will find themselves in one big gridlock in Alabang, Muntinlupa. Here's why. Our field correspondent DJ Susie with the story.
Transportation and traffic authorities in Metro Manila are working to implement the plan to stop provincial buses from Laguna and Cavite from entering the metropolis and stop at an interim terminal in Alabang. They're to drop off passengers and later to pick up passengers bound back for parts south. The passengers bound for destinations inside Metro Manila are supposed to take other modes of transport. Jeeps, shuttles, intermetro buses. It's all part of a major initiative of the Aquino administration for establishing major transport hubs at the periphery of Metro Manila to decongest traffic in its major thoroughfares. An interim hub is already operating at the coastal road in Parañaque while waiting for the permanent terminal to be built. The interim hub in Alabang is supposed to operate while waiting for the one planned for the FTI complex to be completed. However, the plan to begin operating the interim Alabang terminal has been put on hold. The Muntinlupa city government has not yet given its approval. It was reported that the city government claims the Land Transportation Franchising and Regulatory Board has not yet coordinated with it about the implementation of the interim terminal, which is expected to cause gridlock at the busy junction in Alabang. Birth pangs similar to what happened at the interim terminal at the Coastal Mall. Gridlock chaos as passengers are unsure where to get transport into the metro or unsure where to go for transport back south of the metro. However, LTFRB Chairman Winston Guinness says he has been talking to the city government and has given in it the list of provincial buses that is supposed to use the Alabang interim terminal. The LTFRB has also been coordinating with the Metropolitan Manila Development Authority, or MMDA, on the tagging and identification of buses using the terminal. Meanwhile, the suspense is about when the interim terminal will begin operating should continue.
Muntinlupa has given motorists and commuters passing Alabang daily a reprieve. Until when? That's the question. The LTFRB, the MMDA, the local government units have a history of avoiding blame for problems. Moving on, speaking of traffic congestion, trucks will continue to be a problem in major thoroughfares while authorities move to ease the backlog of cargo containers in the ports. Here's our field correspondent, Kaycee Tamayo, with more details.
Over the past few weeks, transport and traffic authorities appear to be bending over backwards to allow trucks and shippers to ease the backlog of shipments stuck in ports over the past few months, after the City of Manila began its daytime ban of truckers. With the Land Transportation Franchising and Regulatory Board, or LTFRB, looking to clamp down on privately owned trucks operating illegally as trucks for hire, authorities expect the port congestion to continue. The ban has so affected truck operators at the Port of Manila that the national government has to step in to help clear the ports of containers, whether filled with goods or empties. Now, the LTFRB is forced to postpone the full implementation of the JAO, or the Joint Administrative Order 2014-01, to penalize colorum trucks with 2,000 peso fines. Trucks with green plates will be allowed to transport cargo to and from the Port of Manila if they have a port user certificate from the Philippine Ports Authority, or the PPA, and a provisional authority to operate from the LTFRB. The exemption will be enforced until the port congestion is solved and container yard utilization normalizes. Meanwhile, the long line of truck on designated lanes on the Rojas Boulevard and other major thoroughfares will be a daily sight.
Motorists will have to bear with the inconvenience of trucks hugging major streets heading into and out of the ports for a good long time. The economy has to continue churning.